What's up, everybody? I'm out here outside of 66 Knollwood Drive in Paramus, New Jersey, setting up for my open house for this new construction. And I am about to take all of my open house signs here. I think I have 10 of them. Let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right, and then that's the final one when I get back and take you guys along for the walk. Gorgeous day, Labor Day weekend 2023. And most realtors, when they hold open houses and they put up their signs, they drive around, they keep them in the trunk, they hop out, put them on a corner, hop back in the car, drive on to the next corner and do the same thing to kind of make it a little bit easier. And it does make it easier, but what I find is I like to walk or ride my one wheel to put up my open house signs. I do not have my one wheel today because I broke it trying to change the tire. I actually broke off one of the prongs on the foot pad connector, so I'm walking. So why walk and not drive? Well, three things actually. Number one, I didn't go to the gym this morning, and gets me some physical activity on a beautiful day. I get out in the sunshine, fresh air, get the blood pumping a little bit, wake up my body and my mind, prepared to help people. Number two, I learned the community surrounding the open house much better. I look at the houses in greater detail. And I just know the neighborhood better this way. I see more details than I can if I'm just driving past in a car. So that's number two. And number three, arguably, I don't know, this could be number one, no particular order, but I meet people, right? And it's about my job as a real estate agent is twofold. One, it's about building relationships, period. Relationships over transactions. Relationships. That's, I'd say, the one thing. And the second thing would be solving problems. So my job, 7 days a week, revolves 100% around those two things: building relationships and solving problems. And how can you build relationships? Or let me put it this way. Walking the neighborhood on a beautiful Sunday morning, maybe not this particular weekend as much because it's Labor Day weekend, a lot of people might be away, but if building relationships is my goal, driving around in a car putting up signs doesn't give me that opportunity, right? It just doesn't. Because usually when I'm out walking neighborhoods and holding open houses, I'll see people out riding their bikes. I'll see people walking their dogs. See people out for jogs. And they see this bearded guy walking around with all these open house signs. Usually I'll strike up conversations with people. At my open house yesterday, when at the conclusion of the open house, I was walking to pick up my signs, and this great couple, husband and wife, were out for their evening walk, and they saw me with the signs, and they're like, "Hey, you're the one holding the open house. We strike up the conversation." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Where are you guys from?" They were from North Carolina. They live in North Carolina. They're up here visiting their, I believe, the wife's mother for Labor Day weekend. And they were interested in checking out the house. So even though all the lights were off at that point, I was like, sure, you guys are more than welcome. Come on in, I'll show you around, turn on the lights. Showed them around the house, gave them a great tour. We had a great discussion, spent about 30 minutes with them. Just amazing people from North Carolina, and they were interested in potentially selling their mother's home. Their mother's getting much older. She has health problems, and so they were inquiring as to how much they might be able to get for the mother's house when the time comes, whether that be next month or in 5-10 years, right? So I gave him my business card when I got home last night. I gave him a call. We had a great conversation, and I'll be probably some point this week shooting over to the mother's house to take a look at it, to see what they're working with, run some comps for them. And there you go. Whether I sell the mother's house or not isn't even the point. I met two great people, started building a relationship with those people, and they know that I'm here to help them in any way that I can. And I wouldn't have had that opportunity if I was out driving around being lazy in some way, especially in this beautiful weather, picking up my signs. So that is the reason why I love to either ride my one wheel. I prefer the one wheel, to be honest, even though it's a little lazy. I'm not doing much because it's just so much fun. But I love the activity as well. So here I am, Sunday morning, walking around the neighborhood, put up my signs. Very quiet in Paramus today. Haven't seen anybody else around walking. It's going to be a very hot day. So as you can see, got my workout clothes on, and my clothes for the open house are back at the house. So when I get back, the AC's on, the lights on, the house is ready to go, sign-in sheet ready, business cards ready, going to the bathroom, change into something much nicer than what I have on, and I'll be ready to go. The juices will be flowing, the blood will be pumping, I'll be awake and ready to meet some great people. Had a nice turnout yesterday. I figured it might be a little slower this weekend, being it's a holiday weekend, but we had a decent turnout yesterday at the open house. And that's it. Woman sitting out on our porch. Paramus is such a phenomenal town in Bergen County, New Jersey. When I post this on YouTube, if anyone is anywhere from around the country, around the world, going to be relocating to Northeast New Jersey and looking for a home, I highly suggest looking into Paramus, New Jersey. It is one of my, if not my favorite, suburban Bergen County town. Even though I live in Edgewater, Edgewater is more of a hybrid urban suburban. Much quicker access to the city, ferry, bus, all that good stuff, light rail. But if and when I'm ready to go full suburbs, Paramus would be my first choice. Probably the lowest taxes, possibly, some of the lowest at least, in Bergen County, which is awesome. Taxes can get crazy, especially a lot of these northern Bergen County towns. And as you can see here, where I'm approaching Forest Avenue. I'm gonna place my signs down here for a second. Let's hope they all don't fall down, as they typically do. Let me throw this one. Let's get this one in the ground if we can. I think the angle is bad. There we go, that's one sign. You go to the other side of the street. So right on Forest Avenue right there, if you can see where those cars are coming from, making that left turn, those cars are coming basically right from Route 4. And Route 4 takes you right to the George Washington Bridge. You can get to the George Washington Bridge from here and let's not get hit by the car. You can get to the George Washington Bridge from here in about 15-20 minutes with no traffic. So super quiet suburban town, yet a few blocks from your home is highway access to Manhattan. You can't beat it. A lot of these other northern Bergen County towns are gorgeous as well, don't get me wrong, you know, but the further north you go, the longer your drive to the city is. So if you're someone that likes to get to where the action is, yet you want to come home to peace and quiet and low taxes, look no further than Paramus, New Jersey, that's for sure. Beautiful homes. Hopefully you can see some of them. A lot of older colonials. And then like right next door, you'll see new construction projects. So basically builders are, who I met an awesome one yesterday at my open house, are coming in, buying up these lots, these old colonial homes, and tearing down the home and putting up these new construction projects. There are two to my left right here. Let's see if I can get you a visual of them. Here's one, pretty new, and right next to that one is one that is under construction. So I'll tell you this much, when they're building $1+ million homes in a neighborhood, the neighborhood is not going downhill anytime soon, that's for sure. So amazing long-term investment. Purchasing a new construction home here, especially, I don't know how it is around the rest of the country, but I think it's similar in a sense where inventory is pretty low. Not a lot of homes for sale. You know, interest rates have been ticking upwards, and a lot of people who would sell are locked into such a low interest rate. The thought of selling their home and getting into an interest rate on a new home that's double what they're currently paying doesn't make a whole lot of financial sense, and I can't blame them. So low inventory. Most of the homes that in this area that are sold are new construction or tear downs for new construction. But we have some absolutely spectacular builders out here. Their creations and their creativity and the thought they put into every little detail of these homes is magnificent. And I'm truly blessed and honored to have the opportunity to show these homes to different families. I truly, truly am. That is a big dog barking. Ay, ay, ay. Sounds like a German Shepherd. I wish I could bring my dog out to these open houses. I don't actually think that, then again, you never know. Some people are dog people. Some people get very scared of dogs, so probably wouldn't be the best idea, but I would love to have my little boy Louie out here with me for this walk. He would love it. And the goal is to eventually have him buy a home somewhere out here where he can have a backyard to run around in. You know, apartment living doesn't really allow. Let's see this sign. I feel like the angle's off. Let's change this angle. Try to put these as close to the curb as possible. Want to be as respectful as humanly possible to all the neighbors here. And so what I'll typically do is if I see someone out in front of their house, I will always ask, sir or ma'am, would you mind if I put an open house sign here on your property near the curb for the next few hours? And 99% of the time, people are like, absolutely. So just put my little sign up right there, and we're gonna keep it moving. Just beautiful tree-lined streets out here. Absolutely beautiful. Kind of turn the camera around, see, you guys can see what it's like walking this neighborhood. So even here, you know, a few minutes ago, I was putting signs right next to kind of on Forest Avenue next to Route 4, you know, which is a busy highway. You know, a few blocks away from that, you could hear a pin drop here right now. So you wouldn't know it. If somebody just put you in one of these homes and put you in the backyard, you would think you were in the middle of nowhere. Peace and quiet is an understatement. Another new construction home across the street. Can I flip this around? Where the Tesla is and that BMW, beautiful home. So 5-10 years from now, you're just gonna see more and more of that. Hear a few lawnmowers going. It is a beautiful day. We're actually, my team and I were actually thinking about having a barbecue open house today. We thought that would have been fun, but by the time we came up with the idea, and it was just going to be a lot of work, a lot of moving parts to make that happen. But we want to start doing that as a team next year. Whenever we have an open house on Labor Day weekend, make it a point of having a barbecue open house. Why not, right? Get the grill going, knock on some neighbors' doors, invite the neighbors over. Because again, it's not about the transaction. It's about community building, relationship building. Guy out here hedging his lawn. A few more signs to put up. I'm actually walking back past 66 Knollwood Drive right now to kind of go to the other main artery that leads to the open house. So whenever we have open houses, what we typically do is we basically go on a map and look at the property, surrounding streets, highways, so that we can strategically place our signs to get the most eyeballs. Check out this home over here. Look at that. Is that magnificent, or is that magnificent? I'm trying to flip this gimbal around in my hand without dropping it. So far, so good. But yeah, we've been out here, we've been on the market here for about a month. So I've been out here basically every single weekend. So I know all these homes and all these streets like as if I live here. And again, I don't believe I'd have the same in-depth feel for this area if I drove around and put out signs and picked up signs. I'm not saying I would do it if it was a foot of snow out here, but I might. I would just have to get here a lot earlier. What a beautiful neighborhood. Look at this. Look at that. Imagine being out here going for your morning walk, your evening walk, by yourself, with your dog, with your partner, with your family. Go out for a bike ride. Such a beautiful community out here in Paramus. And one of the things being from here that I love about it is the diversity. And if you've watched any of my previous videos in Edgewater, it's one of the things I say I love so much about Edgewater. It's like being in Manhattan. It's just this melting pot of all these different cultures, and you know, everybody bringing the awesome aspects of their culture into one community. It just makes the community stronger. And Paramus is exactly that. You know, I think yesterday we had, get this sign in here, make sure it's somewhat straight. Okay, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Get that in a little deeper. Okay. All right, pretty good. There we go, see? Okay, a few more signs. What do we have? 3, we have 5 left. Try to pick up the pace here a little bit so that I am not late to the start of my open house. Open houses always seem to get people right at 1 o'clock, or 1 to 4 p.m. typically. So people come right at 1 and then everybody comes at 4. Typically how it is. And I'll stay here till 8 o'clock if people keep coming, because I am here to serve. But yeah, like I was saying, yesterday's open house, there were, God, I mean, it was unbelievable. I think I had about 20 people come in. When I say 20 people, I mean 20. Nobody came by themselves, like 20 families, whether it be a couple, they brought the kids, kind of thing. And I had people from all around the world. Had Indian people, had Hispanic people, African American people, European people, Lebanese people, Korean, you know, you name it, like everybody. And I don't think people around here think about it too much, but how few places in the world are there where you have so much diversity, so much cultural diversity. It's really, really awesome. Really awesome. I learned so much about people's cultures from having these conversations. From, you know, Korean people typically have 2 refrigerators, one for kimchi, and so they're typically inquiring about that, which is fascinating. And you know, Indian people typically in their homes have prayer rooms, which as a man of faith myself, I love. And I'm like, now I want a faith room. I think that's good here. Okay, let's go up to the main road. So yeah, really awesome. That's one aspect that I love about it. My girlfriend is Jamaican and Indian, and I believe there's a little bit of English in there. And I grew up in a 95% Hispanic community. So my entire life, I've been surrounded by diversity, and that is what feels most natural to me. And wherever I go in life, there will be diversity wherever I lay down at night, that's for sure. The trees here are so beautiful. Look at these trees. A couple weeks when these leaves start to change, it's going to look magnificent. Amazing house right there. I believe that one sold not too long ago for, I want to say 1.7. I think I got that right. I don't think I've seen a car, a person. I'm sure I'll be, within the next few hours, I'll be smelling a lot of barbecues. And I'm like, oh man, I wish we would have had that barbecue after all. But next year, now we know. We're actually walking past 66 Knollwood right now. Here's where the open house is. Look at this home. Absolutely beautiful. 6 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms. The lot itself is just a tad under 10,000 square feet. And the living space, including the basement, is 5,500 square feet. Awesome, awesome home. I believe it or not, this family in this house came to my open house out of curiosity yesterday. They were awesome people. Had a great conversation with them. And look at all the homes that surround you here. Paramus, New Jersey. Love it. You definitely don't have to pull my leg to come out and hold open houses here. Absolutely love it out here. We're gonna throw one of our signs right here on this corner. Hope the neighbors don't mind. I don't see anybody out here, so. Let's see if get this in the ground. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Last few signs. We'll see if the memory holds out. My phone for the conclusion of this video when I get back to the house. Should have brought a bottle of water, even though I don't know how I'd be carrying it right now. Oh, here we go. Here comes a car. Wow. Walking up here to, I'm actually on Knollwood Drive. And I'm gonna be making a right here on Brookfield Avenue. And I'll show you what I mean. We just passed by 66 Knollwood where the open house is, where it is so quiet. You can hear the leaves on the trees moving in the breeze and the birds chirping. You can't hear a car, can't hear anything. However, when it's time to leave that house or your house in Paramus, you drive a couple blocks and you're right to the main arteries, which get you to some of the best shopping centers in all of New Jersey by far. Couple minute drive. Anything you would want to purchase, groceries, clothing, apparel, anything. I mean, every major store is a few minutes drive. See, this is like one of the main arteries here in Paramus that will take you to the highway. And I'm going to put one of my signs right here. Come on, get in the ground. I think I got it. Is it in there? I think it's in there pretty good. There we go, down to our last two. Down to our last two. Okay, we're gonna throw one right here. This is behind the scenes. How's that look? Oh, wait. That's not going to help. It's going the wrong direction. There we go. That's more like it. Beautiful. All right. We got one more sign that we're going to put right on this corner. On the corner of Knollwood Drive right here. And we're going to walk back to the house. Grab a sip of water because it is getting hot out here. Get changed. Get ready to have some fun. I forgot to bring my Alexa to play music. I love having music playing at my open houses. And I forgot my Alexa, but that's all right. Seeing a few more cars driving around now. People are starting to kind of venture out for the day if they're in town. Hopefully we get a great turnout. And what I'll typically do is all of my clients, and I hate even saying that word, because anybody that I serve in any way, to whether it is somebody who's selling, buying, leasing, straighten that out a little bit, my OCD. No, I shouldn't put it there. I don't like where that is. Let's get it right in front of here. There we go. Last sign. Look at that. Right in front of Knollwood Drive. So yeah, anybody that I help buy a home, sell a home, lease an apartment, or someone that years ago I was a personal trainer for a long time. Anybody that I've helped get into shape, lose weight, get ready for a figure competition, or any of my students that I had the honor to teach for years at the high school level, special needs and mainstream. All those people to me are family. So I always try to invite as many people as I can to my open houses, just in case you never know. If they don't have anything going on and they're bored, and rather than sitting home and just watching TV on such a beautiful day, it doesn't need to be because you're buying the house or looking to buy, sell, or lease. Just come out and check out a beautiful home. Why not on a beautiful day? And I typically always have a few people that I've built great relationships with over the years come out to my open houses. So it's an opportunity for get-togethers every weekend, which is awesome. All right. Making good time. Thankfully, I brought some trail mix today. Yesterday, I was starving. I didn't eat any breakfast. I had to do some home previews prior to coming out to my open house, so I was running around and there's a lot going on, so I didn't eat anything. But hey, it was a day of fasting, which I am definitely a fan of every now and again. All right. We are back at 66 Knollwood Drive. August 2023, Labor Day weekend. Yesterday there was actually a rabbit. There's so many rabbits out here. There was a rabbit That was, oh, can't forget about this sign. There was a rabbit in the backyard the entire time, like in the same spot. From 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., this rabbit did not move. It was incredible. I wonder if he's back there today. We're gonna see shortly. All right, got my little stand-up open house sign. There you go. We're gonna enter in through the garage. See, nice little workout. Probably walked, I would say close to a mile. Let's close the garage. These are actually the gates for the window wells in the backyard. Still have to be installed. The amazing contractors who built this project are still here during the week here and there, doing little touch-ups in closets and shelves and rods and all these little things, making sure it's absolutely perfect and ready for the very fortunate family who purchases this home. So this is the garage right here. Just took my shoes off. Nice and cool in here. Beautiful. All right. So I got some blue, but mostly pink. I love pink shoe covers. It's like my little trademark of sorts. We have sign-in sheet, business cards, my clothes that I'm about to change into, my iced coffee, and all the lights are on. The electric fireplace is going, and yes, it does heat up. Everything is ready to go. So I'm gonna grab my clothes, go get changed really quick. I think I just see a car pulling up right now. Check it out. See that car? They're looking, they'll be coming in any second. So lights, camera, action. I'm about to get to work wherever you are in the world. Have an excellent and blessed Labor Day weekend. Ciao.